This is Brian916. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. So I got a little bit of a tool haul that I'm gonna do for you guys. Recently I just did quite a bit of work to my Chevy Tahoe, some steering and suspension work, and doing that work I had to do it on the ground, and I noticed I was missing a few things that was kind of critical that made my job a little more cumbersome or a little more uncomfortable. And throughout the process of doing that work, I actually broke a few tools, and I noticed I was missing tools that I had before that I couldn't find, and also I was somewhat uncomfortable, so I picked up some things to make now with me working on the ground a little bit more comfortable. So check out some of the stuff that I picked up. Okay guys, so the very first thing that I want to show you that I picked up was this Klein kneel pad, and I gotta say there was a couple of times where I had to get on the floor, or get on my knees rather, when I was working in the driveway, and it really was tearing my knees up. And so I used to have a snap-on kneel pad a while ago, but I accidentally left it at Pick and Pull or the junkyard, and that was the last of it, and the last I seen of it. So I didn't have one because obviously I'm accustomed to using a lift, and I would just use these kneel pads whenever I went to the junkyard. But I didn't have one, and I picked this up. This thing is really soft, so I know I'm gonna enjoy this quite a bit, save my knees. So yeah, this was the first thing I picked up. Now that I'm probably gonna be doing some work on the ground, want to make it a little bit more comfortable. So the next item I picked up was a chair to be able to sit on. I was sitting on a step stool, and that step stool was not very comfortable. After about 20 minutes or so, it wasn't really feeling good. So wanted to pick this up and have a more comfortable seat, and it also has wheels so I can roll around, make it that much more convenient. All right, let's see what this thing looks like. That's the seat. Got a nice little cushion on it. Little cup holder right here. Got some directions to put it together. All right, so that's it. It has some little holes in here to be able to put sockets in there. Also got a little cup holder too, which is nice. Put these little plastic caps in there, I'll show you. So it's got a little tray right there to be able to put some sockets in there. Starting at, what does it say, 16 and down to 8mm. Also got a little cup holder right here, and some room to put some tools right here. Also it holds 350 pounds. So this should be able to handle most people. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. I picked this up on Amazon. I believe all the stuff I picked up today came from Amazon. So this is called Mychanic. I guess that's what that says. So I'll leave a description, or I'll leave a link in the description of this little roller fastback chair. So I got a replacement for this broken adjustable right here. I've had this adjustable for a really long time, and I think I've probably fixed this thing, I don't know, probably like 10 or 15 times, but It finally went out on me. This is a Blue Point. I bought this off the Snap-on truck back in like maybe 2004 maybe. And I've had this thing for a really long time, but anyway, I had to find a replacement for it. So let me show you the replacement that I found. All right, so here's the replacement that I got for it. And this is also a 15-inch adjustable. Should be right around the same size. This is a Williams brand right here. So all the stuff that I got, I did get off of Amazon, like I said, so I'll link all that stuff in the description. But yeah, pretty happy to get a replacement. I've been needing to replace that other adjustable for a really long time, and well, I did some suspension work recently, and it finally fell apart, and I wasn't able to fix it this time. So anyway, got me a new one, got me a replacement, and it's really nice and smooth. I mean, they're always nice and smooth when you first get them, but this seems to be a pretty decent adjustable. Has a real nice sort of industrial feel to it. Very stout, very strong, very heavy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this altogether. It looks like it opens up to about 2 inches. So I'll open that up here and show you. Yeah, it looks like it opens up to about 2 inches. So I'll put the equivalent to 2 inches in millimeters somewhere on the screen. Alright, so next up I got a Pitman Arm Puller that I'm replacing. This is the old Pitman Arm. You can see how it's definitely seen better days. So what was happening was, when I get this on here, you can see where one side, this side over here, is definitely bent and is no longer straight. So as I started to pull on the Pitman arm, this side over here kept slipping off. So I was able to get the Pitman arm off and the idler arm off with it by putting it in my vise and bending it back over, just to get me through that job. But this is now junk, and I got a replacement, so let's check it out. All right, so for the replacement, I went with this OTC Pitman Arm Puller, and it seems to be a little bit bigger than the other one I had. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit bigger. So I don't know if the camera's able to pick that up, but you can definitely tell that the OTC Pitman Arm Puller is a lot bigger and seems to be a lot more sturdy. So yeah, definitely had to replace this old one. I think I might have bought this old one from an auto parts store a long time ago. May have got it from AutoZone or Napa maybe. Can't remember, but I do know it was an auto parts store, just don't remember which one. So anyway, got my replacement, and so I don't have to worry about this thing slipping off anymore for the next Pitman arm that I replace. Okay, so the next item that I needed to replace is this ball joint separator, aka pickle fork. Yeah, I was changing some ball joints on the Tahoe, and every time I would whack on this and you know, drive it in between the ball joint, it would just spread open, and so it made it really difficult to do this ball joint job with this thing. So I was able to get the ball joints out with my air hammer, but yeah, this thing starts opening as soon as I start driving it in between the ball joint. So yeah, that tells me it's time to replace it, so I replaced it. Replaced it with an OTC set. So there's a few different sizes in here according to what you need. So oh yeah, plus this part of the shaft is way thicker than the old one. Yeah, there's definitely a huge difference in thickness. So I like that off the bat. yeah, on all of them, they're all fairly thick on here. And there's various sizes and lengths and openings in the fork here. So just went ahead and bought the set. The one that I had, I've been using that one for a long time and never had a problem with it. Just seems like all the tools that I pulled out to do this suspension job on this Tahoe finally gave out on me. But then again, I've had them all for a really long time, and you know, no tool lasts forever. So anyway, got that joint separator tool replaced, aka pickle fork. So I got quite a few of them now, be able to tackle any ball joint that comes my way, be able to separate them. So pretty happy I got this. So moving on to the next. Okay, so last but certainly not least, I got some TEKTON stuff. Okay, so first thing I got was this conversion chart, and TEKTON gives these out for free when you order something over a certain amount. I can't remember how much it is, but so this is a metric to inch conversion chart. So this is a really handy tool to be able to have. But so TEKTON, if you're watching this, we might have to make this right. So it is magnetic, so you can stick it on your toolbox. All right, so next up, let's see what we got. So I got a 7-inch and a 9-inch needle nose vice grip. So I really don't know what happened to my old needle nose vice grips. I think I had some Irwins, or yeah, I believe I had some Irwins. I really don't know what happened to them. I was doing some steering and suspension work on my Tahoe, and I ended up moving the brake caliper totally out of the way while I took the steering knuckle off and pushed the CV axle through, changed the ball joints and whatnot. And when it came time to put it back together, I noticed when I put the new parts in, I had my brake line routed wrong. And so do I take the upper control arm back off, or do I just unbolt the brake line and then route it right and put it back onto the caliper? Obviously, you know, I could just clamp the brake line and route it the way it should go and then bolt it back to the brake caliper. But I didn't have any vice grips. I couldn't believe it. So I opened up my plier drawer, went through all my pliers, could not find any needle nose vice grips. I used to have some, have no idea where they went. I ended up using regular vice grips to get the job done, but I certainly need needle nose vice grips. I use them quite a bit. So I grabbed a couple from TEKTON. So now I got some more needle nose vice grips. I got one of these 2-in-1 style screwdrivers, and this is going to go in my emergency toolkit. I have 2 screwdrivers that I leave in my emergency kit, and I'd rather not have to have 2 whole screwdrivers that I leave in my emergency toolkit. Just have one where I can flip it around and use a flat or a Phillips, and actually take those 2 screwdrivers out of my emergency kit and put them back in my toolbox, because I actually like the size and length of those 2 screwdrivers. Alright, so in this second TEKTON bag, we'll open this up and see what we got in here. So we got the tube that goes inside my screwdriver. Alright, so I got a Phillips screwdriver on one end, and of course I got a flat on the other end. Okay, so I bought that screwdriver specifically for my emergency kit that I keep under my seat. So as you can see, I have this Phillips here, and I also have this flat here. So to me it makes more sense to put these two in my toolbox, and I have the Phillips and flat with just one screwdriver here. And so that's what I bought this for, to put in my emergency kit. If you don't have an emergency kit in your vehicle, you should probably get one together. Some basic tools, a jump pack, some jumper cables, some rope, some tie downs, flares, first aid kit, whatever you can to put in your car. It's always a great idea. Alright, so last thing on the list, show you what I picked up here. Alright, so you can see, guys, I got a little bit set here. This is a quarter drive Phillips and flat of various sizes on quarter drive. So the main reason for picking this up was to go on this little quarter drive, so it can make, you know, quick work of dash work, interior work, any type of work where I need to run a Phillips head, you know, bolt or screw in and out pretty fast. So that was the main reason for picking this up. All right, that was my latest tool haul for 2021.